It was just an escape for me. I was just young, you know, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do.
The only way he will not go to prison for the time that they want to give him is if he start giving them something.
Kevin Hart has always been one of Hollywood's brightest and most energetic stars. But what if the comedian everyone knows and loves is now facing a serious situation that could change everything? Rumors are swirling that Hart has fled the country, possibly in a desperate attempt to avoid being apprehended by the FBI. With shocking allegations tying him to music mogul Diddy Combs, the scandal could be just the tip of the iceberg. Could it be that Kevin Hart's close ties with Diddy have led him down a dangerous path?
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation.
Let's rewind a bit. Kevin Hart and Diddy Combs have a long-standing friendship, often seen together at exclusive parties and high-profile events. They've partied hard, laughed together, and seemed like they were just enjoying the perks of fame.
And matter of fact, Kevin, come here. Kevin, I want you to talk about me as a baby. Come here, man. You mess it all up. I don't even feel comfortable with you in my bed. Hold on. Can you go get some girls so we can be in the bedroom with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please.
But ever since Diddy's arrest on some seriously troubling charges, it appears that this friendship has started to look a lot less innocent. With Diddy facing accusations that span several decades, the company he's kept has now come under intense scrutiny, and Kevin Hart is right in the middle of it.
It's getting hot.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Another layer to this story, Anne-Marie. A federal investigation into Combs has been ongoing, but he has not been charged with a crime.
As videos from past parties emerge, they cast a curious light on Hart's connections with Diddy's infamous gatherings. Clips from these parties have been circulating online, leaving everyone asking questions about what Hart might have seen or perhaps even done at these wild events.
Go get some girls. Go get some. Matter of fact, while the girls come, hey yo, no, check this out, no homo, come here, man. Hey yo, Kevin, come here, no homo, we gonna have a contest. You know we gonna have a contest, we gonna get our breath first, because your breath be stinking sometimes. And we gonna go back and forth.
Just to give you an idea, some of these videos show Diddy and Hart together in rather odd situations, like one where Diddy reportedly makes some very questionable remarks while Kevin Hart is right there, laughing it off. The strange dynamic between them makes one wonder, was there more going on behind the scenes than anyone realized?
That's of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
These social media videos are fueling rumors that Hart was a regular attendee at Diddy's notorious gatherings, where things often went beyond what anyone might expect from a simple party. The vibe of these events is becoming clearer now as past attendees reveal chilling details about bizarre activities and strange behavior. For example, one of the videos allegedly shows Hart standing around while a woman's hair catches fire in a hot tub. As the flames catch everyone's attention, Hart's reaction seems strangely detached, even amused.
This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best. Oh! Did the camera catch that? Got the camera! Got the camera off!
This little snippet alone hints that the parties might have involved more than just fun and games. Could it be that these get-togethers were wilder than anyone outside their circle ever imagined?
That's my initial reaction, because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's this weird sense of grief, because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip-hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief, like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy, and it's their own fault because of poor choices.
The relationship between Hart and Diddy now looks a lot more complicated, especially with Diddy's shocking charges related to a dark side of his lavish lifestyle. These charges have brought to light years of speculation about Diddy's secret freak-off parties, which, according to some insiders, involved everything from hidden cameras to manipulation. As details emerge, they paint a picture of events that were far from typical Hollywood parties. Instead, they reveal a world filled with scandalous secrets and dubious behavior that might explain why Kevin Hart has gone underground.
Didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
For years, Diddy has brushed off these rumors as baseless gossip, but the recent raids on his properties by the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security hint that there might be some truth to the whispers. When federal agents swept into his Los Angeles and Miami mansions, they reportedly found enough evidence to warrant Diddy's arrest, and the ripple effects are now shaking up Hollywood's elite circles. If Diddy was running wild with hidden cameras and shady activities, it's not too far-fetched to think that Hart might have been caught up in it all.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
If these allegations turn out to be true, it raises a lot of questions about Kevin Hart's role in all of this. Did he know what was going on at these parties? Was he just a guest? Or did he somehow get involved? Hart's silence on the matter only adds to the speculation. His social media accounts have been quiet, with his last post not even hinting at the chaos that's surrounding him now. It's almost as if he's trying to distance himself from the scandal, but his sudden disappearance makes it hard for anyone to believe that he's completely innocent.
What we saw in that video totally eviscerated his credibility.
Kevin Hart has always been very open about his life. He's made jokes about everything from his personal struggles to his career highs and lows. But now, with a scandal of this magnitude on the horizon, he's nowhere to be found. The timing of his vanishing act is highly suspicious, especially as the FBI steps up their investigation into Diddy and his associates. With each new piece of information, it becomes harder to ignore the fact that Kevin Hart could be facing some serious legal trouble if these connections are as deep as they seem. Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Kevin Hart's personal life has been under the microscope. From his past infidelities to recent spats with fellow comedians like Pat Williams, Hart is no stranger to controversy. But this time, things could be a lot more severe. Hart's involvement with Diddy's parties might just be a part of a much larger story involving potential criminal activity that reaches deep into Hollywood's underbelly. With his name now being mentioned alongside Diddy's in a scandal of this scope, it's no wonder he might be feeling the heat.
You can't just keep changing the top layer. You got to do some real internal work, and you have all the money, all the resources to have access to the best everything. Stop spending the money and using the resources to attempt to cover up your lies, and start using the money and the resources to deal with your truth.
So far, neither Kevin Hart nor his representatives have made any statements addressing his whereabouts or the allegations. His sudden departure from the country raises questions. Did he really run to avoid being arrested? Or is he simply laying low to avoid the media frenzy? Given the FBI's recent focus on Diddy's activities, it's possible they're looking at anyone associated with him as a person of interest. With Hart being one of Diddy's closest friends, it wouldn't be surprising if he knew more than he's letting on.
Sean Diddy Combs.
And there has been a lot going on. Since November, there have been 8 civil lawsuits filed against Diddy. 7 of them accuse him of sexual assault.
When it comes to Diddy, his legal troubles are no laughing matter. Reports claim that his current charges stem from a lengthy investigation into his alleged misconduct, which includes everything from shady dealings to possible exploitation. Over the years, Diddy has been linked to numerous civil lawsuits and accusations, many of which involve high-profile celebrities and dark secrets that Hollywood has tried to keep under wraps. The fact that Kevin Hart's name is now connected to this mess makes one wonder what else might come to light as the investigation continues. Hart's connection to Diddy's infamous gatherings isn't a new revelation. Insiders have claimed for years that these parties were places where anything could happen, with an anything-goes mentality. And now, with these allegations bubbling to the surface, it seems that some of Hollywood's biggest names might have been involved in things that go way beyond the usual party scene. For Hart, being seen at these events could mean he was exposed to some very unsavory activities, even if he didn't participate directly. But with everything that's coming out, it's hard to believe that he wouldn't have known what was going on around him.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
Of course, this is all still speculation, and without concrete evidence, it's tough to know for sure what role Hart might have played in these wild parties. But the sheer number of stories emerging from people who claim to have seen Hart at these events suggests that there's more to the story than meets the eye. As more videos and testimonies come to light, they paint a picture of a man who might have been a bit too close to the action for comfort. Whether he was simply caught in the wrong place at the wrong time or actively participating, only time will tell as the investigation unfolds.
And people get caught up in the illusion of Hollywood. People really get caught up in this.
With Diddy facing such serious accusations, it's only natural that the authorities would want to question anyone who's been closely associated with him, especially someone as high profile as Kevin Hart. The investigation is reportedly looking into every corner of Diddy's life, which means that Hart could very well be on their radar as they try to piece together the full story. If he was aware of Diddy's alleged activities or had any involvement, he might soon find himself answering some tough questions.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
As the rumors about Kevin Hart continue to swirl, one thing is clear: his sudden disappearance isn't helping his case. Whether he's guilty of anything or not, fleeing the country only makes him look more suspicious. If he has nothing to hide, why leave now when all eyes are on Diddy and the allegations against him? Until Hart comes forward to explain himself, people will continue to wonder what, if anything, he might be hiding. And as for Diddy, the implications of this scandal are staggering. If the rumors about his secret life are true, it could mean that some of Hollywood's biggest stars have been involved in things that are both shocking and potentially illegal. For Kevin Hart, being so closely linked to Diddy could have serious consequences. If he's found to have any connection to the charges against Diddy, it could mean the end of his career as we know it.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
The public's fascination with celebrity scandals isn't new, but this particular story has all the makings of a major Hollywood scandal. With two of the industry's most recognizable figures at the center of it all, people are eagerly waiting to see how this will play out. For now, the details remain murky, but as more information comes to light, the story is bound to get even more complicated.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
It's clear that Kevin Hart and Sean Diddy Combs' relationship goes beyond simple friendship. With Hart's sudden exit from the country and Diddy facing a mountain of legal troubles, it looks like this story is far from over. Will Hart return to face the music, or will he remain out of reach while the authorities dig deeper into Diddy's controversial past? The twists and turns in this tale make it one of the most intriguing celebrity scandals of recent times, and everyone is on the edge of their seats waiting for the next big reveal.
And let me tell you something else. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
If Kevin Hart's disappearance isn't shocking enough, just wait until you hear about some of the other big names tied to Diddy and his alleged secrets. The entertainment world has been buzzing with rumors for years, hinting at the darker side of celebrity life and the shadowy gatherings where boundaries were not just blurred but obliterated. And as more people come forward with their stories, it's becoming clear that Diddy's parties may have involved more than just a few wild nights. Other celebrities like Justin Bieber and Usher have been drawn into this web, and the scandal is raising more questions than ever. Could they have been exposed to the same secrets and scandals that might have caught Kevin Hart in their wake?
So difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up.
First up, we've got Justin Bieber. Think about it, Bieber was just a young, impressionable teen when he entered Diddy's circle. Over the years, Bieber has occasionally mentioned some strange incidents involving Diddy, which are now starting to sound a lot less like harmless anecdotes and more like eerie red flags. Remember the infamous Flavor Camp? Bieber and Usher both spent time at this so-called boot camp, which was supposedly a place for Diddy's prodigies to learn the ropes of the entertainment world. But now, old footage and interviews with Bieber and Usher have raised some troubling questions.
Personally, I've never met Diddy a day in my life, but when you do wrong, it comes back on you. So none of us should be surprised, all right?
In one clip that's resurfaced, Diddy is seen with a teenage Bieber, bragging about how he owns Bieber for the next 48 hours. There's a strange vibe to the whole scene, almost like Diddy is showing off a prized possession rather than talking about a friend. And what's even more unsettling is how casual Diddy seems about the whole thing, treating Bieber like he's just another part of his entourage. And it didn't stop there. In another video, Diddy gifts Bieber a Lamborghini, which he supposedly promised him when Bieber reached adulthood. But with everything that's coming out now, that flashy gesture seems a lot more calculated. Was Diddy simply being generous, or was there something deeper behind it? It's hard to ignore that Bieber has been open about his troubled past, even admitting that he struggled with substances and that the pressures of fame hit him hard. Could these struggles be linked to the things he saw or experienced while hanging around Diddy and the star-studded gatherings he hosted? The whispers about what really went on at Diddy's parties have haunted the music industry for years. In fact, the rumors have only grown as more people share their stories.
You mentioned L.A. Reid sent you to New York and you live with P. Diddy. They call it Flavor Camp.
Flavor Camp, yeah.
So what was that experience like and how did that help Usher's career?
And let's not forget Usher. As a teenager, he moved to New York City to work under Diddy's mentorship, with Diddy supposedly showing him the ropes. But according to Usher, he saw a side of the music business that was anything but glamorous. Usher once mentioned that Diddy took him to parties to help him toughen up and understand the darker side of fame.
It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out.
But now it sounds like these parties may have been more about crossing lines than anything else. It's even been said that Usher was exposed to things that no young person should have seen. Was Diddy trying to give Usher an edge, or was there something else going on?
Right. No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Diddy's reputation for wild gatherings has been around for a long time. And while the details have always been hazy, they're starting to crystallize as new stories emerge. Usher once talked about how, as a teenager, he stayed at Diddy's place and was introduced to a world he never expected. He's hinted that he saw things that didn't sit right with him. And with everything that's been coming out, it makes you wonder if these experiences have left a lasting impact on him. Usher has been relatively tight-lipped about his time with Diddy, but some of his past comments seem to suggest that he's seen more than he's letting on.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
It's not just the musicians who have spoken out, though. Even the notorious comedian Cat Williams has had things to say about Diddy in his circle. Williams has never shied away from speaking his mind, and he's dropped plenty of hints over the years about the secrets lurking in Hollywood. In fact, Williams has called out Diddy and Kevin Hart directly, claiming that there's a darker side to the glitz and glamour. According to Williams, people in the industry know what goes on behind closed doors, but they keep quiet because they're afraid of losing everything. Could it be that Williams knows more than he's saying? Williams has also hinted that Diddy's connections run deep, and that he's been able to protect himself by keeping powerful friends close. But now that Diddy's being scrutinized more than ever, those connections might not be enough to save him. And with people like Kevin Hart suddenly fleeing the country, it's starting to look like this scandal could take down more than just Diddy. Hart might be just the beginning, as authorities dig deeper into the lives of those who have been close to Diddy over the years.
I don't think I would be the artist that I am today without the experiences that I had in New York City.
Then there's the matter of hidden cameras. Allegations have surfaced claiming that Diddy had cameras placed throughout his properties, capturing everything that happened at his gatherings. Some say that he used these recordings as leverage, keeping his guests under his control. If that's true, then it could mean that Diddy has dirt on some of the biggest names in the industry. And if Kevin Hart was at these parties, it's not hard to imagine that he could be caught up in it all too. Possibility that Diddy might have recorded Hart and others at these gatherings only adds to the intrigue. What secrets might those tapes hold? And how far will the authorities go to uncover them?
I think industry talk, there's a lot of people who have worked for him. There's been stories around, which is, not necessarily unusual.
Even 50 Cent, who has a long-standing feud with Diddy, has chimed in, jokingly offering to buy any tapes that might exist. 50 Cent's comments are partly in jest, but they reflect the serious implications of what could be on those tapes. If there are recordings out there, they could reveal a side of Hollywood that no one wants the public to see. And with someone as high profile as Kevin Hart potentially caught on tape, the fallout could be massive. And it doesn't stop with the hidden cameras. There have also been accusations that Diddy and his circle manipulated people at these events, taking advantage of their trust. Justin Bieber, Usher, Kevin Hart, they were all at one time close to Diddy, and they might have been caught in a world they never expected. The impact of these experiences could be more significant than we realize, and as the investigation continues, we might start to see just how deep this goes. Cat Williams has gone on record multiple times, speaking about the darker side of Hollywood, and now his words seem almost prophetic. He's often said that celebrities are often pressured into situations they don't fully understand, and that they're left dealing with the consequences long after the parties are over. Williams's comments add a layer of credibility to the rumors, as he's known for speaking the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. And with the recent developments, it's hard not to wonder if Williams knew all along what was really happening in Diddy's world.
But when African Americans make it and they get to the top, they try to help other people, but they don't really take care of the people that really should.
As if that weren't enough, there are reports that Diddy's influence over young stars might have been more controlling than anyone realized. According to some insiders, Diddy had a way of pulling people into his orbit and keeping them there, making it difficult for them to break free. And for those who did, there was always the threat of being blacklisted. Justin Bieber's recent silence on the matter could be telling. He's distanced himself from Diddy over the years, but the fact that he hasn't commented on the scandal speaks volumes. Could it be that Bieber is trying to avoid being drawn back into the mess? Usher, too, has stayed out of the spotlight when it comes to Diddy's current troubles. But with the stories coming out, it seems likely that he's seen things he wishes he hadn't. Usher's career has been long and successful, but there are those who say he paid a high price for his time with Diddy. And now, with the investigation reaching new heights, Usher might find himself being asked some uncomfortable questions. What did he see during his time with Diddy, and what role, if any, did he play in the activities that took place at these gatherings? There's a sense that this is just the beginning. With the FBI now involved, the scandal is bound to grow, dragging more people into its orbit. For Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber, Usher, and anyone else who was close to Diddy, the days ahead could bring some tough revelations. They might have thought that the past was behind them, but it seems that the shadows of Diddy's world are catching up to them all. As new details emerge, the pressure will only increase, and Hollywood might have to face a reckoning unlike anything it's seen before.
And that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
For Kevin Hart, this could mean that he's facing not just rumors but real consequences. His connection to Diddy is no longer just a casual friendship, it's now a potential liability that could impact his career and his personal life. The question is, will he come forward and address the situation, or will he continue to stay silent and hope it all blows over? For now, it seems that Hart is lying low, but with so many people watching, it's only a matter of time before he has to make a move. The celebrity world is often shrouded in mystery, but this scandal is shining a light on some of its darkest corners. As the investigation unfolds, we're sure to learn more about what really went on at Diddy's gatherings, and who else might have been involved. Kevin Hart's sudden departure might be a sign that he knows more than he's letting on, and the possibility that he's running from something serious is hard to ignore. But what exactly is he hiding from? And how deep does his connection to Diddy's world really go? That's the question everyone wants answered, and as the pieces come together, it's clear that this story is far from over. So could this be the start of Hollywood's biggest scandal yet? With Kevin Hart fleeing the country and his connection to Diddy under intense scrutiny, one can't help but wonder just how deep does this go, and who else might be involved. Do you think Kevin Hart knows more than he's letting on, or is he just an innocent bystander caught up in Diddy's drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on this shocking story.